Well, the YouTube Careful Site here with another video on a missing person. And tonight, by request, this ain't got nothing to do with two girls missing at once, but it is a very interesting story. And we are looking into the Alicia Hummel's unsolved murder. But I love how they sucker you into these. And for people that do this, should really be smacked up inside their head. So all this is inches closer to justice. Which, shoot. No. Where the hell did you go? Bear with me, folks. I just messed this all up. Now I gotta have a stupid dog fight. Shut up, Ted. No, Ted. Oh, that neighbor's dog, man. What a jerk. Anyways. Inches closer to justice. As far as I'm concerned, this ain't inches closest to your nose hair. So, 29-year-old woman, preschool teacher. I guess she was going through a bit of divorce or just a divorce, but there was a divorce coming up. And of course, it's inches closer to justice, but investigators and those close to Alicia down a tumultuous road. What the hell did I just read? Tumultuous road of dead ends and unanswered questions. More, and this was written and updated December 2nd, 2021. Just recently last year, folks. So, broad daylight is the question. Just like the Delphi murders and the Evansdale murders and a lot of other murders that I've went over, there's a lot of them that have been broad daylight. Even Andy Puglisi, he was another kid that I covered out there in Lawrence or Lynn, Mass, that went missing in broad daylight, hanging around the pool, the state pool at the time. And this was at a fishing dock, and this woman obviously was very adventurous, loved to fish, probably do some kayaking maybe, but an outdoors person, of course. But her body was discovered in shallow waters of the Missouri River near the Myron Grove River Access Boat Landing. And I will be doing a second video on this of the mapping. And yes, it is very interesting how this person literally did it in broad daylight. And mind you, the friggin' thing she texted somebody in this article, it's like, wow. But when we get to that, we'll talk about that. But after a murder on June 1st, 2015, by a South Dakota Game Fishing Parks employee, now here we have another person. Reported revealed the autopsy sustained blunt force trauma to the head, suffered large laceration to her neck, yet drowning was listed as the cause of death. So that means someone knocked her, cut her in the throat, and threw her in the river, or kicked her down the river, or made her run away and fall into the river. And the search to piece together the evidence to find the killer has led investigators and those close to Alicia down this road of dead ends and unanswered questions, yet the case is far from cold. Okay, according to Clay County Sheriff's, new evidence has proven hope. Now, I believe they did find her phone But of course, in this case, they're not revealing nothing. And I'm optimistic, as I sit here today, that we're going to clear this case. And what is it? I won't say that I've been optimistic every day since June, but as I sit here today, I am. Oh. So, the phone was previously considered missing evidence. Her phone is in the hands of investigators. So, yes, we do have a phone. And, now whether or not, like I said in the beginning, if it was the husband, there would be only one thing that I could say that her husband did. And, that is always the answer, what he did or wanted to do to his ex-wife, or soon to be ex-wife. Because, I want to get down plans, documented, social media. In the morning, she was expected to spend her first day of vacation fishing. So she was on her way to a little vacation of her own and had 1 month free between jobs. Piece together Snapchat messages sent to friends. Here we go once again with Snapchat. She captured the image of her fishing rod sitting on a passenger seat of her car with the top of the pole sticking out of the sunroof. 1 p.m. a message sent indicated she was missing her tackle box. 15 minutes later, she went messaging that she had stopped at Walmart to purchase fishing license. Elderly man who sold her license and wished her well. By 1:30, Snapchat's message showed a photo of the boat landing dock, which caption that read, "Finally, I've been waiting since fall." 1:45, she fired off a text message to a friend indicating she saw 2 people in the car having sex. Now, mind you, the employee of the park ranger saw this vehicle but was unable to get a license plate, color, get down to that. So by 2 p.m., between 1:45 and her body was discovered roughly 2 p.m. by South Dakota Game, Fish and Wildlife. 15 minutes. Now that's what makes this case very interesting. Because by 2:45 and 2 p.m., this employee managed to see the body and find it. And then they go on to say, listen to this. The body was located near the dock she had captured through Snapchat less than 1 hour prior to her death. So by 2 p.m. and must have been found maybe 2:45, an hour, and so that means, right, whoever was in this vehicle, that leaves roughly 15 minutes between her last text message and the time her body was discovered. But you see 15 minutes. Less than 1 hour than her death. Located near the dock. See, that makes no sense. Less than 1 hour prior to her death, then 15 minutes between her last text message and her body was discovered. 1 hour prior. You get this? This is why I like to do these articles. We believe that we have a very narrow time frame between arriving in the area, her being killed, and her being discovered. Very narrow time frame. As for the location of the initial vehicle, The riverbank located 10, 15 feet from the water when she was found. The liberty to discuss the murder weapon or weapons but did not indicate a presumption that the location on the neck was intended to cause harm, or was it just a byproduct of a struggle. How will not respond to the question regarding whether Alicia was sexually assaulted has not been released by her families and made due to the original nature of the investigation. I'm trying to get to the part here. Dark-colored sedan. The employee who discovered Alicia's body was never named, but Howell said that simply because there wasn't a need to release his name. He was, however, initially questioned rigorously by law enforcement. He was subject to quite a bit of interviews. He rarely went through a lot, but he was very helpful. That the dark-colored sedan with a loud exhaust was spotted driving away, and on Soul Road leads to from was unable to specifically identify the make and model of the vehicle. So once again, to this point, now people and investigators have solved cases with tire tracks, which none were taken, footprints, which none were taken. Now the thing of it is where this car was parked, and if there was, and there is, I believe, to be a lot of dirt throughout that area, which we're going to go through some mapping. And this is very, very disturbing that this kid could not identify a freaking vehicle. I mean, I know when I was a kid, I used to always be interested in hot rods or whatnot, but then again, when I got into crime, and I used to, have this put into my head when I used to read or hear about things, or, watch things like, even Scooby-Doo, man, what they were driving. They were driving this kind of vehicle. Sherlock Holmes, all these police shows I used to watch when I was a kid. The streets of San Francisco, or, all these crime movies that used to come out when I was a kid. And, watching all the crime TV shows. I used to always get highly into that because, like I say, I'm into heavy mystery. I love mystery, and I would love nothing more to figure out or even solve a murder case. But, as you can see, there was a lousy investigation done. This kid here, whatever he was there for, or let alone, even if he saw that vehicle prior to before this, it's just, and then all of a sudden he finds the body real quick. I mean, this can spawn off to, numerous walkways through a maze, but for this kid not to know the make and model, but a loud exhaust, all right? We got a person here that either had a broken manifold or busted muffler, sedan with 4 doors, in a park, mind you, fishing game, having sex, broad daylight. Whether that was a setup or maybe they were making it look like they were doing that, I don't know. But if that's the case, then that would lead me to go to the husband and to have someone, you go down here and, make it look like you're out there having hoo-ha or doing something, or fishing, or getting ready to launch your own boat or something stupid. And if you notice this woman, take her out. But what really kind of makes me, about this story, if this woman just got there, she's, getting ready to go fishing. Now, whether or not this car was parked close to the water or where she parked, The question is, why in the hell would she be walking by a car anyways and looking into the windows? Unless she might have been like a little nosy bot. You know, she could have walked up on a friggin' child molester who was raping a girl and a witness. Oh, I'll show you a witness, and literally did his deed too and killed her. And you know, that could have been a theory too. You know, thoughts, theories, ideas. That's all you get here, folks. I mean, what if he was, you know, broad daylight? Stuff like that happens. And Delphi murders, broad daylight. And, you know, whatever the case may be, whoever this person was and whatever this employee, who knows, this employee could have known that person and just got away with saying, oh, I don't remember, I don't see this, and, you know, played a stupid game. Right? Right. So with that being said, you can spawn off a lot on this case. And, of course, that vehicle and tire track should have been looked at. Footprints, like getting out of the vehicle, should have been looked at. But all in all, the only thing that was looked at was just the crime scene and the finding of the body. So, and right here to this day, nobody has ever come forward with leads. You too suspect that the people involved were in that car, but not have been able to speak to those folks or that person. And why in the hell would these people even come forth? Why would they even think that? They murdered someone. So come to reality. That was a murderer or either a hit for hire or a rapist or a child molester or somebody down that line. You can go any which way you want with this case. But whatever it is, that person was a cold-blooded killer. And she either was targeted or just walked upon and was a little bit nosy and wanted to see what's going on in that vehicle. What's going on in there? Oh, man, just woke up in the wrong side of the bed that day. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that go on with this case. But what I see that was not done, there could have been more stuff, you know, footprints or whatever. I mean, even if that body, how she made it to the river, there were drag footmarks. I mean, there is some grass in that area too, but did she stumble or try, like they said, there was a struggle? So someone could have tried grabbing her neck, but she got away with the blunt trauma, and they probably hit her so hard that, right, by the time she hit the water, she was probably all maybe bleeding from the head, loss of blood, dizziness, boom, drowned. So, but I'm going to go over the mapping of this place because, like I say, we're in a place of, very little place of traffic. But the employee, that employee, boy, in 15 minutes, that woman made it to the river, drowned, and all of a sudden, Mr. Hero of the Day comes by and finds her body. That don't sound suspicious to me or you, then there's something wrong with you. But, like I say, if anything, that person must have knew what that person comes in and does. But, just because he did, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. All that. Hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. A lot of people do that, boy. There's some people like this. No, I'm sick, just sick. I'm going to do some mapping on this. And, of course, she witnessed two people having sex in a car. She did not provide any details as to what the vehicle looked like. And that only goes to show us as soon as that happened, and she looked into that car. I think whoever was in there, whatever the intentions were, whether they, she interrupted something that wasn't right, supposed to be seen or known, got to dispose of the witness. Well, that husband of hers just had a hit for hire. Or a rapist raping women. And Mr. Employee over there just, I don't see, what do you mean? I didn't see nothing. I couldn't see the car. I didn't have my glasses on. Yeah. You never know, folks. You never know. But until the next video, I'll try and get that up soon, the mapping of this. I want to thank the person bringing this forth. And I will be showing that name in my next video. I forgot it all together. I've been busy today, and I'm lucky if I remembered this. But, yeah, this is a very interesting case, and it should not be set over there on the desk in the office. Oh, yeah, we got that case going. Don't worry, Chief. Don't worry, Sarge. I got it going. Yeah. 20 years later. But I'm sure now that them footprints are long gone. Tire tracks are long gone. Could have done something with that, but nothing here. It's just a lousy investigation. Oh, I found the body and had one witness. But that witness didn't know nothing. It's all right. We'll find the killer one day. Be safe, take care. And beware, everybody. So obviously this killer is still out here. Oh, wait a minute. Let's have a moment of silence. And, of course, the mourning of the family, and I give them my deepest, wishes that this case will be solved. My heart bleeds for them. Nobody should ever have a frickin' family member, friend, anybody, wife, husband, anybody go through this unless you have sick intentions. Yeah. How do you live with yourself, daily sucker? But this is just a sad, sad story, and I feel every inch of pain that everybody's got to go through until this is solved, and hopefully one day that person just walks through the door. But unfortunately, in this case, it ain't gonna happen. Hopefully one day, though, someone walks through your door, Mr. Killer, shows you the new boogeyman. Yeah. He's coming about, getting ready to come out there and find you little bastards. Yeah, that's right. The new boogeyman. Yeah, that's right. I'd love to get that on you guys. Ooh, what you got over there? What you got over there, Mr. Killer? Scare you in your bed? Don't go to sleep tonight. Don't crawl up on you. Yeah, you sucker. Yeah. But till the next video, folks. Out.